Hi, this is Chris, Video Game Dust Sleeves, and you're listening to the VGDS podcast with Bandana Gamer,
Jammed.
Bone06,
And you must be the Monopoly guy.
DanCavDragon,
Hello, hello, hello.
DizzyTheGamerJit,
YouTube Mafia in the his house.
and Guest Gamers, Dad Level Podcast,
What up, all?
Mike Tendo,
Greetings, programs.
MC Shark 7,
Hey, guys.
and OWAS.
Loosen the habits.
First segment, Sleeve it or Leave It. First title, Monster World 4, Bandana. Sleeve it or Leave It.
I must not be in the right place. I got Monsieur World.
Well, yeah.
No, this is a legendary series, so I'd sleeve it. So
Bones.
my hat is off to that one.
I'm gonna go with double B hype. I'm gonna sleeve it.
Double B back together. It's been a couple podcasts since we agreed fully.
Dan.
Yeah, let's leave this one.
Dizzy.
I like the big ass shank she has in her hand, so I'm gonna sleeve it.
Dad Level.
Totally sleeve it.
Mike Tendo.
Yeah, not only would I sleeve it, I put a plastic protector over it. Why not?
Ooh.
MC Shark.
Yeah, I'd sleeve it. Is this only for Mega Drive?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
OWAS.
I'd sleeve it.
Next title, Crackdown. Bandana.
Can I confer with Bones? Bones, how are we feeling about this one?
How about we go with no?
Okay, I'm gonna go with no. I will not sleeve this.
Dad Level.
I mean, it looks like the Running Man. Can we change it to Arnold and, like, Stallone, I guess?
I could do it.
I'll do that then. I'd sleeve it.
Dizzy.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool on the front cover. I would sleeve that, yeah.
Dan.
I'm not a huge fan of this game, so if I had to leave a Genesis game, I'd probably leave this one.
Mark.
Yeah, I'd sleeve it.
Mike.
Yeah, I have memories of playing this one in the arcade, so I would.
OWAS.
I have never played this one and hadn't spent any time with it, so I could go either way. I guess I'd just leave it. I'd have nothing to do with this game, so.
Next title, Gauntlet Legends. OWAS.
Oh, I'd sleeve it. I haven't played the N64 version, but I played the arcade and the Dreamcast version a ton. It's a great game.
MC Shark.
Yeah, I'd sleeve it. This is a good one.
Mike Tendo.
Oh, yeah, I definitely would.
Dizzy.
I'd pick an alternate cover, but yeah, I would sleeve it.
Dan.
Yeah, this is a great game. Sleeve this one for sure.
Dad Level.
I would 3D pop it. A lot of memories from this game.
Bones.
This is an awesome game. I would definitely sleeve it.
Bandana.
I owned it, I would sleeve it, but that's mainly just so I could see what it was on my shelf since the N64 side labeling sucks.
Lack
And
thereof.
really, that's the only reason to sleeve any N64 game, because the N64
I agree.
is the worst system ever made. But that's a podcast for another day.
Those are fighting words.
I'm down tonight. I'm heel version right now.
I'm there with you, Bandana.
Oh.
Haven't you guys ever played the NES? That thing's horrible.
No.
Right. Wait, whoever said that, I'm mutant. About to be a mutiny. Oh.
And on that, on to the next title, Sunset Riders. Bandana.
That is beautiful box art by the one Tom Du Bois. So of course I would sleeve that.
Bones.
See, I'm kind of in a dilemma right now because I believe I would definitely sleeve it, but I have it sleeved with your logo sleeve. So I don't know. I think that means I'd have to pass on it because I already have it sleeved with your logo sleeve.
Dad Level.
Yeah, saddle up because we're sleeving it.
Dan.
Yeah, great game, highly collectible. Definitely need to sleeve this one.
Dizzy.
Hell yeah, I'm sleeving Sunset Riders.
Mike.
Yeah, I'd buy like 10 of them for no reason.
Well, if you're gonna buy 10 of them, buy one for me.
Why just one?
I know, right? Mark.
Yeah, I'd sleeve it.
Oh, wow.
I'd sleeve it. I think I'd have to pop the logo.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Next segment. Another twist on Guess That Box Art. This is the co-op edition. The podcast members already know about this because I did it in a previous podcast, but these two images, one of them was picked by my wife. One game was picked by my wife. One game was picked by me. Hence the word co-op. First title. Does anybody have a guess for that first game?
I know what it is, but
Okay.
I'll see if anybody else.
All right.
Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. You just tell
I
us.
think I know, but I might be wrong.
It's Thumper.
What'd you say it was?
It's called Thumper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
nice.
That's a more modern one for you for this. For
Yeah,
this
it's-
segment.
Yeah, Chris.
Is that like a PlayStation or?
That's a modern console.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the
PS4
Switch, PS4,
and
Oh wow!
Switch.
Yeah,
Xbox.
I think it started life mainly known as a VR game, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
it's a VR
I think
game.
so.
Yep.
Is it any good?
I have no clue.
It's fairly well received.
Yeah.
That's about as much as I got on it. People like it.
It's a PS4 VR LRG release.
Oh, limited
Yeah.
run games.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they also put the physical out on Switch too.
Yep. All right, next one. Any guesses?
I got that one.
Yeah, I know this one.
Yeah, same here.
Shoot
Oh,
it
I think I
off.
have an idea.
Go ahead, Oaz.
LJN World Order.
Yeah,
Is it an NES game?
yeah, it's an NES game. Oaz.
Is it Tubin?
No.
No.
No. I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm thrilled
That's
you
a
didn't
wrong
get
answer.
The guy on the left looks kind of like Oaz before he trimmed up.
Yo, that dude is upside down. Just to let you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, all right. That's a different story.
So I guess that means I'm upside down, or I was.
No, who said they knew it?
I did.
I do.
I know this.
Yeah.
Go, Mike Tendo.
Yeah,
You
go ahead,
just-
Mike.
It's a TNC. circuit
Yes,
line.
yes, it is.
Yep.
Which one of these two did I pick, and which one did my wife pick?
Your wife picked Thumper.
Yes, she did.
I was about to say, you picked the penguin jerking off in the second one, didn't you?
Go ahead, Bones. Take it away since you want to talk.
Hey,
Could it be a scar?
oh, we got a large group here today, guys. And today we have the logo sleeve of the month. It is, wow. Now, I never said this middle of the name on this one.
Elote.
So, Elote, because I had a feeling if I would have said it some other way, it would have sounded really fucked up and wrong. But it's the Super Elote Brothers
Yep.
dust sleeve.
Elotes!
Represent.
Corn emojis in the chat.
Well, what would the corn like to see in this dust sleeve?
We'll let Dizzy answer the question.
That sounds like a good idea.
Man, what's going in that? It's probably going to be a wrestling
I was going to
sleeve.
say, it's
so-
got to be a wrestling game.
Yeah, so we could relate it to the LLE.
All right.
I'm saying wrestling on NES.
All right.
I think
I'm
there's
glad-
an
I'm
NES
glad you
game with
put
that
that.
name.
We'll
It's
just,
the most
we'll, just,
common wrestling name.
we'll just sleeve the LLE and put it in there.
Yeah. Put a couple of
Action card.
kernels of corn.
Yeah.
I got a can of corn that sleeve would look great on.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen that sleeve. I really like that one.
Yeah, I need that next. Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks cool.
If anybody's looking to get one of these, contact Chris at Video Game Dust Sleeves. He will hook you up with one.
Yes, sir. Proceeds will go to the Elote brothers.
Elotes.
It goes to Dizzy.
Goes to the community.
Okay. Dan, you want to go next, brother?
All right, let's move to franchise of the month. And I'm very curious. This might be very hit or miss with you guys. So, Call of Duty, I'm very interested to see if any of you are fans of this franchise. Are you guys into first-person shooters? Yeah, so let's see what your thoughts are. Chris, I'm going to go from the bottom up, so I'm going to put you on the spot and go first.
Call of Duty.
Yes.
Call of Duty. What can I say about it?
It hit the fan.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just the same game over and over and over again, right? I mean, like, how much can you take of one game and come out with multiple releases?
Sports.
And still, well, yeah, but yeah. I guess it's the same. I guess it's the same line. Be like Fortnite coming out over and over and over and over with different skins, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much to say about Call of Duty. It's just a shooter, run around circles, shoot everybody. If they don't shoot you first, I mean, yeah. You know what really irritates me about this game though? They went strictly online. Like, is there? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played Call of Duty in forever. But is it only an online game now, or is there a campaign again?
There's
still campaigns.
still campaigns.
There
I think
still is campaigns.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 didn't have a
Warzone 1,
campaign, and Warzone is a free-to-play battle royale game. But I think they all have had campaign. And actually, from what I heard, Modern Warfare, the reboot of Modern Warfare, was a really good campaign, and the campaigns I've played it.
As long as it has a campaign, I am okay to play it. I don't feel that I need to play against somebody all the time. Campaign is like the best thing, in my opinion, when it comes to this game. That's all I really got to say, Dan.
All right. How about you, Oaz? Are you a fan of this series or first-person shooters in general?
I'm a fan of first-person shooters. I actually, played a lot of Medal of Honor and some of the early Battlefield games before I went to 2142. And I think I played Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, World at War. I think the best thing about Call of Duty, or that's come out of Call of Duty, was the zombie mode. But like, I haven't played any of the more modern stuff. I think World at War is the last one that I've put any significant time into.
Yeah, all right. How about you, Mark? Empty Shark, Call of Duty fan?
Yeah, I enjoy Call of Duty. I haven't played the latest games. I think I left off with Advanced Warfare, and that was a little bit over the top for me with the whole like futuristic weapons. I thought that was kind of silly. But yeah, if it has like what Chris said, if it has a campaign, then I'm all about it. But I would like to get a Vanguard at some point. I know my friends from work, they play that from time to time. But yeah, it's a good game.
All right, and then Mike Tendo, how about you and this genre and Call of Duty?
Yeah, I've been playing it since like pretty much part 2, all the way up to Cold War. Vanguard was kind of like the one where I said I'm kind of done with Call of Duty. I just finally got tired of it, I guess. But I mean, But then I say that, and maybe about a year later, I just started playing Black Ops Cold War again, just for the hell of it. But I don't know. I mean, I could tell you like my top 3 favorite ones were World at War, Call of Duty Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops. But yeah, they do kind of get repetitive. It's pretty understandable. I wish the more of the campaigns had like like better co-op, like 4-player co-op and stuff. But I don't know.
That would be cool.
Yeah, kind of like Gears of War or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have like horde mode or something.
All right, Dizzy, how about you in Call of Duty?
I'm with Chris. I'm not a fan of this game at all. The only one I've probably played was Call of Duty Black Ops with the zombies. I didn't understand it. Like I didn't get, killing the zombies, and like to me, I like games with missions. And the zombies, you're just shooting the zombies, trying to keep them off you for as long as you can. My wife really loved it, but I never got into it. It actually prevented me from buying the Xbox 360 when I was 24 because the Black Ops was on it with the zombies. And after I played it, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't really want this. So yeah, nah, not a fan.
This series had a big impact on you.
It made me not buy the 360 back then, and I got the 360 maybe like 2 years ago. So, for 10 years, I did not get the system because of this
Wow.
game.
That didn't see. I wasn't that bad on what Call of Duty. I mean, I can tolerate the game. I'm not like Dizzy where I can't tolerate the game. Jeez.
Nah, I hated it.
Wait, it was on PS3 too.
I was about to say it's a multi-platform game.
I'm a Grand Theft Auto fan. I like missions and shooting shit. It made me not want it at all.
I'm just gonna assign random games to systems. Like, fuck you, PlayStation 2 and your Street Fighter ass.
Was it a pack-in, Dizzy? That's the reason why you didn't buy it? Is that what it was?
It's because I didn't like the zombie games. It's like I don't understand the game. You're just killing zombies, but you don't get to the next mission.
The Xbox, was it a pack-in? Like, did it have that game with it? And that's the reason.
Well, somebody was selling me the Xbox 360, and that's the game that came with.
Oh, okay.
They had that game with it.
I get
Played
it.
it. I'm like, nah, I don't want this.
I got it.
That's the only game you can put in the system.
That's the only game it came with.
Once that game's in there, that's the only thing that can go in there.
That's how much I didn't like the game.
So much you didn't want to buy that specific Xbox 360.
That's a great topic
wow.
for a podcast, Chris. What game would make you not want to buy a system?
Call of Duty Black Ops for the 360.
Dizzy already answered it.
All right, Dad Level, how about you? Hopefully this series didn't turn you off for a console.
No, actually, I'm a big first-person shooter person. I mean, I love like Half-Life and Gears of War, of course, Call of Duty. I've played every one of these games, except for Vanguard, and I'm working my way through Cold War. I enjoy the campaign. They always remind me of G.I. Joe games. That's why I think that they just need to make them into a G.I. Joe game. But I've actually played most of these and beaten them on Veteran. I don't know. I'm weird that way. But
It is awesome.
I play through. I mean, I usually play hardcore team deathmatch with my friends on occasion. I played Warzone, but and I'm really kind of looking forward to the whole Godzilla, King Kong thing that's going on right now. I haven't had time to play with those guys, but I mean, I overall enjoy the story of these games, especially more of the futuristic ones. I felt that Infinite Warfare was amazing, especially with the whole space combat, and I actually would love to see a game just dedicated to that space combat. But I don't know. I'm more of a Infinity Ward kind of guy, not a Treyarch, so I'm not a big fan of Black Ops. But I'll play through them.
Oh, nice.
Dad Level just took us to school. I mean, he's going into the specific developers.
Sorry, guys.
It's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, no, it's good insight. Yeah. Bones, how about you in Call of Duty?
I'm not huge into Call of Duty as far as the franchise goes. I would much rather lean towards Battlefield and Ghost Recon. I used to put tons of hours in doing the survival where they would send in wave after wave of guys. You sit there and play with a buddy. That was really fun. But as far as Call of Duty goes, I played probably the PlayStation 2 ones and up into maybe 360, not really PlayStation 3. I didn't have that right away. But as far as any of the new ones go, like World at War, Warzone, I've never played any of them. That franchise just does not intrigue me that much. There was always so many better things. Medal of Honor I thought was better. But I wouldn't say it's a garbage franchise. It's just they are too much the same. They really are.
Yeah. And last but not least, Bandana, before you start, just notice I put that greatest hits label for you at the top there. So what do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, so I am very similar to Dad Level on this. I really like the futuristic ones. Advanced Warfare, I think, campaign is awesome story.
Yes.
It is a really cool thing and talks a lot about the what capitalism and privatization of military does. And I really enjoyed playing through that campaign. And to also go with Infinite Warfare, which was the one that was like the least liked of any of by the main Call of Duty heads. Call of Duty heads. That was totally unintentional. I really liked Infinite Warfare, especially how it did lay out side quest. I mean, there were side quest missions to go on, and so yeah, I thought those were two really good. You know, Infinite Warfare, you're basically fighting space Russians. It's fairly on the nose, but the Modern Warfare, the Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, those have all been really, to me, smart and well-told stories in gaming. I do believe, I'm kind of with everyone else, there is, though, a need for a break. I think it's next year. They will not have one coming out, that they are actually taking a break. Activision needs to get its house in order. But, you know, since they're coming under Microsoft, it seems like a lot of that will be happening, and I'm interested to see what else kind of comes from this series, but it does need a bit of a break.
All right. Yep. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I don't have too much more to add. I'm not a huge first-person shooter fan. I'm really terrible at first-person shooters, so I never really played many of these games. But I do think they're pretty fun when I have tried the campaign mode, and I mean, just series is just so immensely popular, and you know, today. So I was just curious if any of us are really into it, and it sounds like some of them are. So that's it. Thanks a lot.
All right. So on to the topic. The topic is provided to us by Bandana Gamer.
That guy.
And that is false hope of physical and modern gaming. We'll just run through these 3 questions, and if any discussion peaks up, then we discuss. If not, then we just keep it moving. All right. First question. Why do you collect modern physical games, Bandana?
Yeah, so for me, it is a bit, oddly enough, with modern games, it's a bit of nostalgia and just the experience of looking at having a cover, putting something on the shelf, and there's still some amazing work that comes in the physical opening experience. I think for me, and kind of since I'm the one who threw this topic out there, it's like, it is also recognizing that like that disc though has very little on it anymore. That, you know, in most cases day one patches are happening, so this idea of, I'll be able to play this forever, unlike a digital copy, like that's not necessarily the case, because a lot of these games are still dependent on servers at some point. But I really like the experience of opening up a game, and I really like seeing what people do for cover art.
Bones, same question.
I'm old.
I don't like change.
No, it's not that. It's just I don't like the direction that the gaming went into. Once I realized there wasn't near as much on a disc,
Yeah, literally.
I stopped. but I stick towards physical and all retro. I don't collect much modern at all. And honestly, I don't really feel like I have an urge to collect a lot of modern. I buy my VR games that I want. You know, I like having the current system when it gets cheaper, but I prefer always having a physical game. But there has to be something on the game, and that's part of the reason it's a turnoff, I think. You're literally buying, and even the artwork's not the same anymore, so, you know, you don't get a manual. You get a couple safety warnings that you might fall over dead from a fucking seizure. And that's even if they give it to you. But, yeah.
Wait, the seizure or the warning?
The warning will be you got to look it up on your phone when you're already laying on the floor having the seizure. But yeah, I'm definitely a physical collector still, but just I don't collect that much modern.
That level.
Trying to think about this one. I mean, I like having stuff on my shelf. I mean, I still like the whole tactile feel of opening a game and seeing the art. Very similar to Bandana. I mean, a lot of the reasons, too, is like, you know, if my friends want to play a game, they don't have to go buy it. Here, borrow my game. So they don't have to, you know, go through that process.
Borrow my image file.
Well,
that's all it is. It's just an image file anymore. And you
yeah,
put it in,
exactly.
it says, okay, it's unlocked now. Let's download the whole game for you now.
But yeah, I don't know. I just still like collecting physical stuff.
I don't blame you. I think we're all in the same boat. Dan.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the age card like Bones. You know, I'm old, so I've just been collecting stuff since I was young, and just always used to collecting the physical version of it. So as long as they keep bringing out physical media, I'll definitely support that. I mean, I'm also as a collector mentality. You know, I like as Dadlow was just like having on the shelf and displaying it, and so I still buy movies. I still buy Blu-rays and DVDs and physical forms of those. If I really like a band, I'll buy a physical CD. Yeah, I mean, just that physical aspect of it, of having it in your collection, makes it worth collecting to me. And also, if there wasn't a physical version, what would Chris have to sleeve, right? So we need something to have for Chris to sleeve. So
he's sleeved digital games though, hasn't he?
Yes.
He's created. Actually, I mean, there's an argument to be made. Like Chris's business could get bigger because of like all of us that really like the shelf candy. We'll just go directly to Chris for the shelf candy.
Basically,
because we're not getting the shelf candy.
Since you don't have anything physical to look at anymore, how would you know what game you had and didn't have?
That's a good point.
So having something on a shelf would be like, oh yeah, I do have that digitally downloaded.
Which also actually kind of brings up an interesting thought is, seeing as how there's so little on the discs now, are you basically sleeving a digital copy anyways?
Pretty much. If you're talking about modern games, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because sometimes all it is like the code or whatever to unlock now you can actually download this.
Yeah, it's just an image file. It's like an ISO file or something like that. It unlocks wherever their servers are, and it downloads the game as soon as you put that disc in.
So that's it. Yep, that's all I have to say.
Dizzy.
I'm kind of the same way. Like I like collecting the physical. You guys know I got vinyl records. I got VHS tapes. I like being able to look at it right in my hands. You know, with the digital, you can't do that. Like I'm looking at my Encino Man VHS. I could look at the front cover and laugh just looking at it because it's right there in front of me. The digital, you're not gonna get that. Another reason is, like, I don't like having an account on the internet. If the internet goes down, a lot of these games you're not going to be able to play. I like to be able to just pop it in, play it, pop in the PS2 disc, play it. The same way, I could pop in a VHS tape and play it. And, who knows, there might be a blackout one day. If you have to turn a generator on, you can still play your PS2 games. If it's a Switch and it has to update or something, you're not going to be able to play it. And I had this conversation with Linda before, where some of these modern consoles, if you end up updating the console, sometimes it erases the whole digital library you have. So I don't believe that any of the digital libraries on consoles are forever. I think they have a certain time limit, and we see it all the time where like the store goes down and you can't play the games anymore, like the DS and stuff like that. So I like having the physical in front of me, because for me, I know I'm always going to be able to play that physical.
Yeah, you're
we
talking
can
about servers. The servers will go down.
Yeah, servers. We can't have the argument that there is going to be disc route in the future, and you know what? But I like to kind of ride until the wheels fall off. Until we get to that point, I want to be able to have this game in front of me that I could pop in and play. So that's the reason, I like the physical in front of me.
Mike,
I really don't do a lot of modern, to be honest with you.
How about you, Mike Tendo?
Well, he just said a lot of what I kind of felt,
Okay.
In case the one day when the internet goes out, we kind of like stuck with nothing.
Yeah.
You don't have physical.
Right.
And
I like the scenario that this discussion is like
Doomsday.
Like the zombie apocalypse has occurred. Dizzy, because of his Call of Duty experience, doesn't want to deal with the zombies.
I want to play PlayStation 2.
Just stays in his room like, there's nothing going on outside. I am just here.
Like because I buy both physical and digital, which I'm sure most of us probably do, I guess. But sometimes like take for instance, I bought Double Dragon for Xbox Live way back in the day, and it's been taken off the store like for a long time. And I tried to re-download it because for some reason I think I had a new Xbox and I needed to re-download it or whatnot, but I couldn't. All I could do was all I had left was like the demo. I could never get the whole game anymore. So,
Oh wow!
It's nice to have a physical copy.
The annoying thing with like the 360 is, if you want to download a game and it's been delisted from the store, you have to go to the website, or you have to go through your download history.
Yep.
So if it was one of the first games you ever bought for your console, and you bought, several things, and you downloaded demos and movies and whatever, you have to actually physically go through there and just scroll through your list until you get to the game, and then you can download the full version. Otherwise,
I have done that.
I did that, but it just gave me the demo. Like it would keep saying purchase again or something, or not. I don't know. Like it's not available if I tried to buy it again. So.
All right, Mark.
I mean, when I collect the modern physical, I'm pretty selective of what I buy. I mainly buy just games I actually want to play, and I mainly just buy them to mostly to save disk space. Since I know that not the whole game is on the disk, but at least like 3/4 of it is. So that's like 3/4 of hard drive space that I'm saving. That's my main reason of collecting, and it's still cheaper than buying the digital game, which makes no sense. Like that just boggles my mind. Like, how can like a brand new game be like $60 and like the digital is basically almost on point of 60 or maybe 55? Like it should be $10 for the digital. Like there's no physical thing that you get, so it's so stupid.
There actually is a reason for that.
Yep.
Walmart, Target, Best Buy wouldn't stock the systems if they didn't have something to sell, and because the manufacturing process, it makes the games have to be $60 to be profitable, so that the stores can still sell the games. That's why the digital copies are the same cost. That is the reason. It's a kind of a keep the people who sell the system happy.
They're still relying upon that physical store to be able to sell the console itself. So you got to keep them happy. But my thing is, I was talking with some friends, and I've talked a little bit about with Dad Level in his Discord, was wouldn't it be great if the games were like $120, but you actually got the complete game. There was no DLC. There's nothing extra. You go and you buy the game, and everything was on the disc, but it was more expensive. But if you adjusted from I think it's like 1990, $60 is $100. So if games cost $100 when they came out but included everything, would you be more? I think people would be more apt to actually buy the physical disc, because even now, you buy a physical disc, you put it in there, it installs it off the hard drive. I mean, to the hard drive, and so you don't actually even save the space on your hard drive anymore by playing.
Yeah,
by having an actual disc.
Yeah.
That's so irritating.
Yeah.
The physical disc acts as like the license communication. Like,
Yep.
That's all
you
it
have
is.
the license to play this.
You got the piece of paper.
Huh.
OWASP.
All right. So I was looking at my my game list, and I peaked at the 6th generation of consoles for my collecting. Sorry, not the 6th, the 7th, with the 360 and the Wii, or systems that I have the most games for, and after that, everything's downhill for physical collections. But because it just, especially with the 360, it was like, okay, well, I can wait for a digital game to go on sale for $5, and I don't know how many of those I picked up throughout the cycle of. I know at least probably over 100, 150 games on the 360 digitally, because they were so cheap, and usually physical games don't get that cheap. So you can wait for those. I mean, I love the Xbox Live Gold sales when they hit. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go pick up. I got $20. I can pick up 4 games, and I picked up all the Spider-Man games on the 360 for $5 a pop. And it's like, and now I don't have to worry about the physical space. But I wish I had Web of Shadows. And so the way with the mix between digital and physical is I will possibly pick up a physical version if I really enjoyed the game after I've played it. And that's the only reason to pick up something physically if the digital version is so much cheaper, is that it's like, okay, this is a game that I absolutely want to have in my collection. I want to be able to play it whenever. But even then there's okay, well, if the system goes down, well, we can't verify that you have the right to play this game, or okay, we know that there's an update for this game, but you can't download it, and now you can't play it. And so, I mean, it's a mess. I think modern stuff is a mess when it doesn't take much to put it into that just pile of garbage. Of, well, okay, I just waited 20 minutes to update my console, and now I gotta wait 20 minutes to download the game because it has an update. And so collecting modern stuff is I've got 28 games for the Xbox One. I have 103 physical for the 360, and I think most of those Xbox One games are still sealed because they were on Game Pass eventually. And I was like, okay, well, I can just play it digitally. I don't even have to worry about opening the case. And but also coming from a PC side, being a big PC gamer, it's been nothing but digital for a long time. Because even when you could go buy a case, it was like we talked about. It's just, okay, well, here's your code to activate it in the game store, and then you still had to download it. So yeah, after the 7th generation, my physical collection is just tanked outside of retro games.
All right, next question. What do you think of digital updates, Bandana?
Oof. I mean, we've hit this. I'm kind of worried as the guy who wrote these questions. We've kind of hit these questions,
Right, a little bit.
all in this. I guess to me, what I was also thinking is does it kill your mood for a video game when you get it all home? It's nice and shiny. You get the plastic off, and you're like, "Oh, it's crisp." And you put it in, and it's install it, and then it's this game has a 73 gigabyte update. So how do you feel about that experience? For me, I think I've texted people in this when I've gotten home and put a game in, and then the patch was bigger than the actual game itself, and been like, modern gaming, huzzah!
3 hours later.
Yeah, it's.
Yep. Well, let me
it's
go
a-
off and play on my retro console because I can just plug something in and get into it and go.
Yeah, so it's a buzzkill for me. Yeah, I think I actually have like not gone back and played games because I just lost the momentum. Has anyone experienced anything like that? And I'm gonna call on dad level.
So, let me see. I really kind of dislike the fact that we're getting incomplete games. So digital updates suck. You know, I mean, I enjoy DLC, but we kind of gave birth to this problem because of DLC. And I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I'm afraid of the future. I'm afraid of what my kids are going to be playing, or my son is at the moment, hoping to have a second one at some point. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea.
Bones.
Me personally, I feel that we opened the floodgate up of that shit. That, like, you know, it's okay to have a digital update if it would be like fixing a game that's fucked up, but that's where we open the floodgate to allow anything put out, and we'll just fix it along the way and charge out the ass. As far as like payable DLC, I think that's just a straight up scam. I think that's a joke. I'm old school. Everything should be on that disc when you first get it.
Yep. Half the reason
But
why
would you be
everything.
willing to pay more to have that? Like I said,
Yes, I
if it
would.
was $100 or $120, but everything was on the disc.
Yeah, but the developers are never going to allow that to happen. They want to make that extra cash.
They do, though. They do the Game of the Year editions, you know, of like Fallout.
Yeah, after they sold how many copies?
But then there's also, why can't they just be like, all right, well, we're gonna wait until the game's actually done. You can pre-order it. It's gonna be $100, and once you get the game, you're good. There might be updates or whatever to fix stuff.
I think you're gonna have a
But
really hard
people aren't
time.
willing to pay for it, though. I
Yeah.
don't think up front.
Yeah, I was gonna say you may have the argument for like this crowd, but I think a much more casual, like your Call of Duty fans that get Call of Duty every year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them being like, oh, $100, like understanding like the complexity of this game. And like to me, DLC is a far different thing than say like Cyberpunk, which shipped a disc that has like nothing on it. Like
Correct.
that disc is just, I don't know what is on that disc because of the patch that was there day
Yeah,
one.
well, that's the thing. That should be a 100% pristine game before it even goes out to market. That's what developers are having a hard time with right now. I really don't understand what the fuck the point is in pushing a game if it's not ready to come out.
Well, I mean, you've got investors. I mean, that's
I get that, but they got to understand, like, games can't just go out to the public and be like, oh yeah, this is not.
Investors aren't gonna understand
this
that.
Is not, this is not compatible with the PS4 or the Xbox One yet, but it's compatible with PC. Let me just put it out.
Yeah, investors aren't going to understand that. They're only going to understand I want a return on my investment.
Well,
And
they got a
wouldn't-
shitty return on their investment, really, with that game.
I wouldn't even put it past them to put the Game of the Year edition out, and it would still be the same exact deal where it's just a different download code. It's given to the Game of the Year edition when you do, like, pretty much think about it. Still would probably require you to do a shitload of downloading. Might not be a patch, but dude, they make it that you can't ever have the game. It's not going to be feasible at one point or another unless there's one of these nutty, crazy off the wall guys that runs their own private server. Like is it Star Ocean or something for the Dreamcast?
I mean,
There's a Dreamcast server that's still going that a group of guys do. It's a big open world game.
Fantasy Star.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, there's always going to be that diehard fan that's going to probably want to bring back a server, and they'll do it. They always do. People do it all the time. They'll bring back a server to play the game. There's always going to be that group of people that do it. So the game will eventually possibly come back online-wise.
We had the similar problem with a game called Shadowrun for the 360. It was online only. Then once the servers went down, the entire disc became, pointless.
Pointless, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's not just the shareholders; it's public opinion, it's the pressure of the consumer on the studios. So,
Yeah, I would also use the word publisher over developer because I feel
Correct.
like the developers are generally the ones who are getting the crap kicked out of them the most for this stuff when it really is shareholder and publisher.
Well, yeah, all right. Publisher, developer, you know.
Well, and they've got to release a certain number of games or whatever at a certain time to try and make sure, you know, that they hit whatever their milestones are.
yeah, for the year, yeah.
Yeah, and try to get the money in at certain points. It's like, you know, until we ship this game, we're not going to get this influx of money. And, you know, if it goes past a certain point, well, you know, we're going to start taking out loans and people aren't going to get paid. And it's just.
Well, I mean, going back to Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk is like the most egregious offender of this. I mean, the biggest thing is the execs their bonuses were based on sales. And developers, their bonuses were based on Metacritic scores. And so they launched this broken game that still needed to be patched day one, and the Metacritic scores are what took the hit. And this is another podcast topic. But yeah, that is... Yeah, I will say I think it's unfair, especially to compare modern and classic and retro gaming, like, oh, we used to get the whole game on the cartridge. Like, they're vastly different things now, and the team size, like for a Call of Duty on the last generation is what, hundreds versus like 4 people for a great SNES game. So I think like that's we used to get the whole game, but I mean the size of Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know, everyone's like, oh, they broke it up, it's not the full game. Like, that's a good solid 20-25 hour game, like with a lot of people that worked hard on that. So I think that's a false comparison, versus like, I do agree, publishers should not ship things in broken states when they need to be updated, like right out the get-go with the actual game. Tony Hawk 5 being another great example that shipped with just a demo on the disc. If you just had no internet connection, you just got a demo.
Well, Street Fighter 5 wasn't completed when it shipped. Final Fantasy 15 wasn't completed when it shipped. I mean, it took all the DLC that they did just to make that game a complete, coherent story. So, I mean, it's all in a matter of what their expectations are, what they're trying to do, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I think fans have to also accept that, like, we've got to accept scaling back.
True.
To actually get physical games in a ready state.
But again, is it because the gamers expect that $60 price point, and when it was hinted that $70 was going to be the new one, there was so much pushback on it, and it's like, even back in the 16-bit era, RPGs cost more because there was so much more that went into them at that time. And now, like you're saying, Bandana, the games are so much more complex, the teams are so much bigger, and even when a game gets close to the end of its development cycle, they're bringing in people from all kinds of other teams also to be, all right, now we've got to get it all nice and shiny as we can, and that doesn't always work. But I don't even know what to. If we were willing to pay more for the games, I mean, maybe we could get more of what we were used to, but because we're not, it's like, all right, well, we have to piecemeal it out to you.
Well, and I mean, development costs are so freaking high.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like you have this huge team. Like, really, the last game pays for the next game.
Right.
But you've still got to pay a staff, and especially if you're starting out or something. And so, you get something to market, it sells, generates the income, and then you're able to still keep working and send out the patch and stuff. Like, I understand why it happens. I just, I don't know where I was going with that. Just lost my thought.
Don't worry about it.
We've been podcasting for a while now.
Anybody else have any other suggestions for the second question? What do you think of digital updates? Because we kind of went over everything on that. Does anybody else?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Mike.
yeah. I just think that some updates are okay. If it's for a game like Fallout, where it's got to continually update, so you can get like new events and whatnot, that's fine. But a lot of the DLC, yeah, I kind of like. I don't know. I hate DLC sometimes, especially because of Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5. That really irked me that you pretty much have to buy all these season passes just to have a complete game. And then that new Call of Duty being $70, that's kind of crazy, but then again, like Street Fighter Alpha 2 for the Super Nintendo was $70 back in the day too, so I mean, I don't know. It's just the cost of gaming, pretty much.
And memory is always a problem too, because there's nothing ever on the disc. Your memory is screwed. I was always deleting shit off of PlayStation 4. I had to go get like a 4 terabyte hard drive.
Oh, that's the biggest problem with these new consoles, because these games are so large. They don't, oh well, I got a PS5, the Series X. Well, I have a couple games, so I can only put like 4 or 5 of them on there, and
Yeah.
I have to choose which one I want to not play when I got something new coming in.
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty much summed up. It's a necessary evil at this time to have the updates. Like it or not, it's here, and not sure outside of being like, oh yeah, sure, we'll pay more for your games if we can get them complete. Because then they'd have a bigger war chest to pull from when they start to go for the next game. But how long is your interest going to be held if it's all right? Well, it's going to take us 5 years to develop this game, and you're pre-ordering it now.
Yeah. Yeah, because that Kickstarter. I mean, that's basically a Kickstarter model.
Yeah.
For AAA, and I don't. Yeah, that's not going to fly.
No.
Yeah, and that's why I don't understand why. Like, okay, a AAA game, why shouldn't it cost more? I think it also would bring in more chance for more price points for other games, because then you're like, okay, well, hey, you can get this indie game for $20, and it might be quite similar to this AAA game, but it's going to have a third of the content, and so why shouldn't this one will cost more stuff involved, more shiny, whatever, and this one, okay, well, now you can have your bite-sized piece of that.
It's probably because they'll still screw up a AAA title if you give them more time and they charge you more.
It can be more screwed up.
It's not going rate anymore. Whatever you think, you're wrong. It's messed up.
Yep. It can't get any worse.
Oh yeah, wait till you open up the disc tray and there's just a piece of cardboard in it.
Games as a service.
Fooled you.
I think I have a Lord of the Rings game that's like that for PlayStation 3. The code's like on a piece of cardboard shaped like a disc.
It'll be a disc made out of bubblegum.
All right. Any other statements, comments for number 2? What do you think of digital updates? Anybody?
I mean, I think a solution for like the digital updates, I think it would be kind of cool if they released like physical digital updates. I think that way it would give like us collectors a peace of mind. So say if the servers go down, we can still have the full game.
Like expansion packs that we used to get.
Yeah.
Games. Brood War, StarCraft Brood War was shipped on actual discs, and so you had your StarCraft disc and you had your StarCraft Brood War disc, and so you could install the Brood War and play it all from that.
Yeah.
That's a different take. Anybody else? All good?
All good.
All right. Last question. Given the amount of day one patching, are you troubled by the lack of information on the disc? Bandana.
Yes.
Bones.
Fuck yeah.
That level.
Yep, for sure.
DanCav.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know who's gonna say not otherwise, but yeah.
I feel like the most of this discussion has been this very thing. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the general consensus is.
Dizzy, we're gonna keep going.
Why certainly.
Mike Tendo.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mark.
Absolutely.
OWAS.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's of course we are.
All right. Next segment. Podcast pickups. Dan.
All right, yeah. So just going over some of the. So we haven't had that many podcasts since the last podcast pickups. There's only 2 podcasts. So, but one of them was the last one where we talked about Twisted Metal as the franchise of the month, and we had a lot of good discussion about that. And
I love how you have Small Brawl standing up.
Yeah, well,
the game that everybody hates.
Yeah. So, and one of the things is that I had like no Twisted Metal at all in my collection. So, based on so many comments of which games are good and which ones, you know, I were worth playing. You know, I was wondering like how much would it take to get the whole franchise of all the games, and the nice thing is that not much. I mean, this is 137 is what I paid total for all those games, and so that's not bad considering in today's market. Like, this is not an expensive franchise to collect. So if anybody's missing titles, definitely these are worth. You could easily hunt them down and find them affordable.
And I just want to tap in on that, like that. The first 4 games in this franchise, which I also picked up after one of our podcasts, all are green sleeves if you want them, or they're all green labels. So,
yeah, I mean, actually, this franchise has a lot of greatest hits in there too. Even the PlayStation 2. Yep. I wasn't choosy. I got whatever was cheapest, you know. All right, and then for the second picture, it's kind of small. We want to click on it. There's a variety of games that we talked about in between the 2 podcasts. The 2 podcasts ago, it was the comic book topic podcast, and we talked a lot about different comic book games. You know,
you wasted $60.
What's that?
You wasted $60. I just saw you got.
Oh, Superman! Oh man!
Since that was, I didn't have that in my collection, and since everybody hates that game so much, you know, like I was like, I have to get this, and also get it a complete box version too. You know, so.
One day that'll be the most expensive game on the N64.
Right? Oh man!
It'll be like ET.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, what's the game on the right, Dan, next to the Hulk?
So that is Rex Ronan. That was that a Guess That Box Art or Sleeve It or Leave It, Chris?
That was Sleeve It or Leave It.
Sleeve It or Leave It. And none of us had ever heard of it, so but it's really one of the rare games. It's really expensive, and I was trying to find copies of it, and they're really hard to find. So I went the repro route and only paid $10 for it because I was like, I gotta play this game, see what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, if anybody else can find this game out there, I would like to hear about it because it's really hard to find. Hulk was one of the games. That was a Sleeve It or Leave It, I think, for the SNES.
Yes.
And yeah, and then sure enough, it came in retro game treasure box the next month.
Nice.
So that was cool. And Hook was a game. It was also a box art. Guess That Box Art.
Yes, Guess That Box Art.
And I've heard good things about the game. I've been wanting to pick it up for a while. So $20 is still doable. Shadow Man, was that a Guess That Box Art as well?
Yes.
Yes. So I picked that up, and sure enough, Limited Run is re-releasing these games. If you look at the right, so you can definitely get a re-release of the game for modern consoles. Silver Surfer, I think that some people liked it, some people didn't like it. But $25 for that game. Finally, I called this Dizzy Special at the very bottom because he recommended. If you listen to that podcast, you said really great things about the Pantheon Saga, and actually that was the cheapest game to pick up. It's a bargain.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, a bargain there at $12. So yep. So those are some of the pickups. I don't know if anybody else has gotten anything. Bandana, you mentioned you got Twisted Metal, but if anybody else has anything that they picked up from the last two podcasts, definitely we're glad to hear it.
Yeah, I also got Twisted Metal 3, Green Label. I had one in... Yeah, I that's all I could find for that good price. I got 1 and 4 already, so 3, I found it at my local retro store, and it was at a good price. Around like $10 or something, maybe even cheaper. Also, I think on the Oddness podcast, we talked about the Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray, which was very expensive. So I checked Amazon right after that podcast, and I saw one for like $20, and I jumped on it, not realizing until I got it that it's the remake for $20, the one that came out in like 2000. So it wasn't the original one. That one is still very expensive, so I just gotta hold on to my Italian release for now, which is fine with me. It's the same movie with the English audio, so those were my only 2 pickups.
It was a movie directed by Zack Snyder.
It's the one.
remake.
Yeah, the remake one. Yeah, the original one from back in the day is just too expensive to find an American release on Blu-ray, so I had to go the Italian route. But it's the same exact movie. It's just, the only difference is the cover is in Italian, but it's the same movie with English audio, just for a way cheaper price.
Yeah, I still have my DVD copy of it.
DVD, yeah, I got the DVD too, but I just wanted to get it on Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray, it's not, the price is not going to be low anytime soon. I don't think.
No, not at all.
Any other podcast pickups from anybody?
Well, I
don't
picked
think
up
I've anything
Shadow
else from
Man.
the podcast.
What was that, Mike?
Oh, I picked up Shadow Man for the PlayStation, I think. On
Okay.
That's the one.
What were you saying, Owas?
I hadn't picked up anything. I mean, I picked up stuff, but nothing.
But
from
nothing
the
from the podcast. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next segment, 3D or no? Real quick run through. Bandana, Sunset Riders, 3D or no?
It's Tom DuBois' artwork, so definitely.
Bones,
Yes.
Dad Level,
Totally.
Dan,
Yeah, definitely.
Dizzy,
Hell yeah.
Mike,
If you said no, I would not be your friend.
Mark.
Yeah, I think that would be cool with the guns 3D popped.
Owas.
Yeah, I think pop the Sunset Riders and maybe pop the some of the horse in the front right there.
All right, next title, Pokemon. What's that? Yellow version, yeah. Bandana.
Yeah, that's to me one of the best. Portable RPGs of all time. Pikachu's cute, so I think you could do some cool stuff with that 3D. So yeah.
Bones.
You damn well know that would look really good 3D, so yeah.
Dad Level.
Totally, that was my first Pokemon game.
Dan.
Yeah, I'm not much of a Pokemon collector, but I can see this being a good 3D sleeve.
Dizzy.
If you asked me if I was a Pokemon fan, I'd say no. But the question was, would I 3D sleeve it? And I'd say yes.
Mike.
Yeah, bitches love Pikachu.
Mark.
Yeah, I'd 3D sleeve it.
Owas.
Yeah, pop the cheeks and pop the lightning.
Kind of surprised me. I thought you guys would say no to this one.
We showed you.
Shocker. Shocker, you did show me.
How little you know.
Yeah. Next title, Golden Eye 007 Bandana.
I would actually. This is not a statement on the game. It's just a statement on the cover. Not 3D sleeve this one, because this one is memed so much because of how bad the proportions are, and if you look at his hand, it kind of looks like it's continuing his face, and I just don't think this would look that good 3D popped.
Bones.
Agree.
That level.
I would not pop it. He's not my favorite Bond.
I can change the Bond.
Timothy Dalton?
It doesn't have to be the same Bond, and it doesn't have to be the hand in front of his mouth.
Got to be Timothy Dalton, all the way.
How dare you,
Dan?
I can see where the 3D may improve the proportions for Bandana.
Technically, it would, because I would push his face farther back and his hand out farther. So,
and the gun would look good coming at you. But I mean,
Right.
personally, I wouldn't sleeve it. But I mean, I can see why it might improve the box art.
right. Dizzy.
I would sleeve it 3D, but not with these two on the front. I would use the blocky characters from inside the game, 3D pop those, and I would actually 3D pop the Rumble Pack on the side right there.
Love it.
Mike.
Yeah, I would just change it to like I would have like a Union Jack on there or something. So I'd just say 007 on it. Like, good enough.
Yeah. Plain and simple. Mark.
Yeah, I'd 3D pop it. I think it would be cool.
Oh, wow.
It's a really fun game, but I don't think I'd pop it.
Last title, God of War. Bandana.
boy? It's a cool cover. I don't have as much affinity for the series, but I think you could do some cool stuff with the 3D pop. So sure.
Bones.
One.
That level.
Nah, because I mean, I'm a Devil May Cry fan. Maybe if it was Dante on the cover, then we'd be talking, but no.
God of War featuring Dante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm on the fence, but I could see this being pretty nice 3D pop. So yeah.
Dizzy.
I wouldn't use this cover, but I would 3D pop the X-rated sex scene you guys told me about in the game on the front.
More games.
That's the only way.
The more you know about God of War. Mike.
Well, I really tried to get into God of War. I picked up the last game, and I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. You know? It wouldn't matter to me. So I don't know. I'll probably say no.
Mark.
Yeah, I'd 3D pop it. This is one of my favorite franchises.
Oh, wow.
I have not spent any time with God of War, and I would not pop it.
All right. Last segment. Game of the month. Bandana.
Game of the month. I'm going to say Speedball 2 HD.
Bones.
Acme All Stars.
That level.
D-Lit in Wonderland Labyrinth, I think it is.
DanCav.
That's a good pick. You just mentioned that. Yeah, that I got that too, and I heard it's pretty good. But I got a new Playdate, that little handheld console with the crank, and there's a game called Crankin's Time Travel Adventure. It's a little where you use the crank to make the guy walk. It's pretty cool.
Dizzy.
My game of the month is Smurf Racer on PlayStation 1 because it's Smurf.
Smurftastic. Smurfy. Smurfus. Mike.
I'd say Stranger of Paradise, that Final Fantasy game.
Nice choice.
Rock on.
Mark.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, wow.
Another good one.
The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on the Wii, because I finally beat it, and I don't think I'll ever play it again.
Yeah, I caught a couple of your streams playing it. My pick would be God of War. All right. That concludes the podcast. Thank you guys for coming on and doing another topic one. I enjoy this. You guys enjoy it? Think it's good?
Yep.
Yep.
Empty shark.
Empty shark. All right. On that note, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, don't blow, just sleep. Later.
YouTube Mafia.
See ya.
Later.
Later.
Bye-bye now.
Hashtag YTM.
Stormy Castle.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, I got disconnected earlier. Sorry.
You're good, Mike. Are you in the right section? Podcast 3.
I switched to my iPad. Am I? I think so.
Podcast 3. The first title is Monster World 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Everybody else is good. Sound check.
Yeah.
Bandana.
Yo.
Mike 1, 2. Sorry.
Bones.
Yeah, I believe I'm good.
Dad level.
All good, man.
Dan.
Yep, still here.
Dizzy.
I'm here.
Mike.
I'm here.
Mark.
I'm here.
Oaz.
I'm somewhere.
Possibly not here, but you're somewhere.
Oh, are you at Southern Fried? Is that this weekend?
No,